Hey Scorpio, welcome back to the channel. I just pulled cards for your love story, and honestly, what came through is so specific and personal that I had to sit with these cards for a moment before even starting this reading. This is not your typical surface-level love reading. We are going deep today, looking at the actual narrative of your romantic journey, the real transformation happening in your love life, and what the universe is genuinely trying to show you about this connection. So I shuffled my deck specifically asking about your complete love story, the beginning, the middle, the current energy, and where this is all heading. And Scorpio, the cards that came out tell such a coherent story that it actually gave me chills. This is one of those readings where every single card connects to the next one in a way that feels like the universe is literally writing out your love chapter by chapter. Before we dive in, I want you to grab something to write with because the details coming through are extremely specific. This is not vague predictions. This is your actual love story being told through the tarot, and you are going to want to remember these insights. All right, let me lay out what came through. The first card I pulled for the foundation of your love story is the Nine of Pentacles, and Scorpio. This is telling me something really important about where you are right now in your journey. This card represents you in your power, completely independent, self-sufficient, and honestly thriving on your own. The energy here is someone who has done the work, built something beautiful in their life, and is not desperate for love, but rather ready to share their abundance with the right person. What I find fascinating about this card showing up first is that it speaks to your current state of being. You have reached a place where you are genuinely happy with yourself. You have your own money, your own space, your own peace, and you are not willing to compromise that for just anyone. This is the energy of someone who knows their worth and has boundaries that are non-negotiable. You have worked too hard to get to this place of stability and inner richness, to settle for anything less than extraordinary. The Nine of Pentacles also shows me that you might be someone who enjoys the finer things in life. You appreciate quality, sophistication, and genuine substance. Whether that is in your career, your living space, your friendships, or your romantic connections, you do not do surface level. And this is exactly the energy you are bringing into your love story. You are not looking for someone to complete you because you are already complete. You are looking for someone who can match your energy. Someone who brings their own abundance to the table and wants to create something even more magnificent together. There is also this element of patience in this card. The Nine of Pentacles often represents someone who is willing to wait for the right thing rather than rush into the wrong thing. You have probably turned down connections that other people would have jumped at because you can see through the illusion. You can sense when something is not quite right, when the energy is off, or when someone is not being authentic, and you would rather be alone in your beautiful, peaceful life than be with someone who disrupts your hard-earned harmony. But here is what the Nine of Pentacles is really telling me about your love story. This period of independence and self-sufficiency is not permanent. This is preparation. You are being asked to get so comfortable in your own energy, so rooted in your own worth, so clear about what you bring to the table, that when the right person shows up, you will recognize them immediately because they will feel like a complement to your abundance, not a rescue from your loneliness. The second card that came through is the King of Cups, and Scorpio. This is describing the person who is either already in your life or coming into your life in this love story. This is not some emotionally unavailable player. This is not someone who is going to waste your time with mixed signals and confusion. The King of Cups represents emotional maturity, deep feeling, intuition, and someone who is absolutely in control of their emotional world while still being incredibly open-hearted and compassionate. This person has been through their own journey. They have dealt with their past, healed their wounds, and come out the other side as someone who actually knows how to love in a healthy, balanced, and profound way. The King of Cups does not play games. They do not do hot and cold. They do not say one thing and do another. When this person shows up in your life or when this energy activates in your current connection, you will notice the difference immediately because it will feel stable, it will feel safe, and it will feel emotionally nourishing in a way you might not have experienced before. What I love about the King of Cups showing up in your love story is that this person matches your depth. Remember, you are a Scorpio. You do not do shallow. You need someone who can go to the emotional depths with you, someone who is not afraid of intensity, someone who actually wants that level of connection. The King of Cups is that person. They have the emotional intelligence to handle your complexity, your passion, your need for truth and authenticity. This person is also incredibly intuitive. They can sense what you need sometimes before you even say it. They pay attention to the subtleties, the things left unsaid, the energy shifts. They are tuned in, and for someone like you who values that level of awareness, this is going to feel like finally being seen and understood by someone who gets it. The King of Cups also tells me this person has a nurturing side. They want to take care of you, not in a controlling or patronizing way, but in a genuine desire to support you and create a safe emotional space where you can be vulnerable. They understand that real intimacy requires safety, and they are willing to be the person who provides that for you while also being open to receiving the same from you. There is also creative or artistic energy around this person. The King of Cups often shows up for people who have a deep appreciation for art, music, beauty, or emotional expression through creative means. This might be someone who writes, creates music, appreciates poetry, or simply has a very aesthetic approach to life. They see beauty in emotional depth, and that resonates with you on such a fundamental level. The third card is the Knight of Cups, and this is where your love story starts to get really interesting, because this card represents the active pursuit, the romantic gestures, the moment when feelings turn into action. The Knight of Cups is the romantic of the tarot deck. This is someone making a move, expressing their feelings, showing up with intention and genuine desire to pursue a connection. What I am seeing with the Knight of Cups in your reading is that there is going to be, or there has been, a very clear moment of pursuit in your love story. This is not ambiguous. This is not you wondering if someone likes you or trying to decode mixed signals. The Knight of Cups energy is obvious, direct, and unafraid to show romantic interest. This person is going to make it very clear that they want you, that they are interested, and that they are willing to put in the effort to win your heart. The Knight of Cups also brings this energy of idealism and romance. This person sees you as someone special, someone worth pursuing, someone they genuinely admire and are drawn to. They are not approaching you casually or with a take-it-or-leave-it attitude. They are approaching you with intention, with hope, with genuine romantic interest. And for someone like you who can smell insincerity from a mile away, this authentic romantic energy is going to be refreshing and honestly quite attractive. There is also this element of emotional honesty with the Knight of Cups. This person is not hiding their feelings. They are not playing it cool or pretending to be less interested than they are. They wear their heart on their sleeve, and while that might feel vulnerable for them, it creates a level of transparency that you deeply appreciate. You will know where you stand with this person because they are not afraid to show you. The Knight of Cups in your love story also suggests romantic gestures, thoughtful expressions of affection, and a courting energy that feels almost old-fashioned in the best way possible. This might be someone who brings you flowers, writes you messages, plans meaningful dates, remembers the little things you say, and genuinely tries to make you feel special and valued. They are not lazy in their pursuit. They actually put thought and effort into showing you how much they care. Now we have the Seven of Pentacles, and this card is so important in your love story because it represents a moment of pause, reflection, and evaluation. The Seven of Pentacles shows up when you are in the middle of something that requires patience, and you are taking stock of whether the investment of your time, energy, and emotion is actually growing into something worthwhile. In the context of your love story, the Seven of Pentacles tells me there is or will be a period where you step back and really assess this connection. You are not someone who rushes into commitment without thinking. You need to see evidence of growth, consistency, and genuine potential before you fully invest your heart. The Seven of Pentacles is that pause where you are watching, observing, and making sure this person is who they appear to be. This card also tells me that building this relationship is not going to be instant or easy in the sense that it requires real effort, patience, and cultivation from both people. But that is actually a good thing. The Seven of Pentacles represents something that is being built to last. This is not a flash-in-the-pan romance that burns hot and fast and then fizzles out. This is something that is being grown slowly, carefully, and with intention. During this Seven of Pentacles phase, you might find yourself asking questions like, is this person consistent? Do their actions match their words? Are they showing up the way they said they would? Are we both putting in equal effort? Is this connection actually growing, or are we stuck? These are healthy questions, and the Seven of Pentacles gives you permission to take your time answering them. What I also see with the Seven of Pentacles is that this period of evaluation is necessary for you to build trust. You do not trust easily, Scorpio. You need to see proof over time. The Seven of Pentacles honors that need. It says, take your time, watch the patterns, let this person show you who they are through their consistent actions, and then make your decision from a place of knowing rather than hoping. The fifth card that came through is the Hermit. And Scorpio, this is such a significant card in your love story because it represents a period of introspection, self-discovery, and inner work that is happening either for you, for this other person, or for both of you. The Hermit is about going within, finding your own truth, and making sure you are clear about what you actually want and need in a relationship. Before you fully commit, the Hermit in your love story tells me there might be a period where one or both of you needs some space or alone time to really process your feelings and figure out what this connection means. This is not necessarily a bad thing. In fact, the Hermit represents wisdom that comes from solitude and self-reflection. Sometimes we need to step away from the intensity of a connection to gain clarity about it. For you specifically, Scorpio, the Hermit might represent a time when you are doing deep inner work around love, relationships, and what you truly desire in a partnership. You might be examining your past patterns, healing old wounds, releasing beliefs that no longer serve you, and getting crystal clear about your standards and boundaries. This inner work is essential because it ensures that when you do choose to fully open your heart to this connection, you are doing so from a place of wholeness and clarity rather than need or fear. The Hermit also suggests that this love story involves two people who value depth, introspection, and personal growth. This is not a surface-level connection where you just have fun and avoid the deep stuff. Both of you are on your own spiritual or emotional journey, and part of what makes this connection special is that you can support each other in that individual growth while also growing together. There is also guidance energy with the Hermit. This card tells me that you might serve as a guide or source of wisdom for this person in some way, or they might do the same for you. There is a teacher-student dynamic here, but it is mutual. You both have things to learn from each other, and the relationship becomes a space where both of you can evolve and become better versions of yourselves. The sixth card is Temperance, and honestly, Scorpio, this is one of the most beautiful cards to show up in a love reading because it represents balance, harmony, healing, and the alchemical process of two people blending their energies to create something greater than the sum of its parts. Temperance is about moderation, patience, and the perfect mix of opposing elements. In your love story, Temperance tells me that this relationship has a healing quality to it. This is not a toxic, dramatic, or chaotic connection. This is something that brings you peace, balance, and a sense of coming home to yourself. When you are with this person, you feel more centered, more yourself, more calm. They do not trigger your wounds or activate your fears. Instead, they help you heal them. Temperance also speaks to the balance between you and this person. You complement each other. Where one person has strengths, the other has different strengths, and together you create a balanced partnership. You might be more intense while they are more calm. You might be more emotional while they are more logical, or vice versa. But whatever the specific dynamic, there is a natural equilibrium that forms when you come together. The alchemical aspect of Temperance is really important here. Alchemy is about transformation, about taking two separate elements and combining them to create something entirely new. In your love story, this means that this relationship transforms both of you. You are not the same people you were before you met. The connection catalyzes growth, healing, and evolution in both of you. And what you create together, whether that is a home, a family, a creative project, or simply a beautiful life, is something neither of you could have created alone. Temperance also requires patience and moderation. This card tells me that your love story unfolds gradually. There is no rushing, no forcing, no trying to make things happen before their time. Everything happens at the right pace, and both of you have the wisdom to trust that timing. You understand that real love, lasting love, cannot be rushed. It needs time to develop, to deepen, to become unshakable. The seventh card is Page of Wands, and this brings such a fresh, exciting energy to your love story. The Page of Wands represents new beginnings, enthusiasm, creative inspiration, and a sense of adventure. This is the energy of exploration, curiosity, and trying new things together. In the context of your love story, the Page of Wands tells me that this relationship keeps things interesting. There is always something new to discover, new experiences to share, new adventures to embark on together. This is not a boring, predictable relationship where you fall into a rut and lose the spark. The Page of Wands ensures that there is always that element of excitement and novelty that keeps both of you engaged and inspired. The Page of Wands also represents communication, specifically playful, enthusiastic, and open communication. You and this person are going to have really good conversations. You can talk about anything and everything. You inspire each other with new ideas. You challenge each other intellectually. You make each other laugh. The mental connection is strong, and that feeds the romantic connection. There is also creative collaboration energy with the Page of Wands. You might work on projects together, support each other's creative endeavors, or simply inspire creativity in each other. This card tells me that being together makes both of you more creative, more inspired, and more willing to take risks and try new things. The Page of Wands in your love story also suggests that this relationship helps both of you stay young at heart. There is playfulness here, spontaneity, and a refusal to let the relationship become heavy or overly serious all the time. Yes, you can go deep, and yes, you can be intense, but you can also be silly, playful, and adventurous together. That balance keeps the relationship alive and vibrant. The 8th card is the High Priestess. And Scorpio, this card is so aligned with your energy that its appearance in your love story feels deeply significant. The High Priestess represents intuition, mystery, hidden knowledge, and the deep feminine wisdom that knows things without needing logical proof. This card is about trusting your inner knowing and honoring the mysteries that cannot be explained. In your love story, the High Priestess tells me that your intuition is your greatest guide. You know things about this person and this connection that you cannot explain logically. You just know. And the High Priestess is telling you to trust that knowing. Your intuition is never wrong. If something feels off, it is off. If something feels right, it is right. You do not need external validation or logical explanations. Your inner knowing is enough. The High Priestess also suggests that there is a spiritual or soulful dimension to this connection. This is not just a physical or emotional attraction. There is something deeper, something that feels karmic or destined. You might feel like you have known this person before, like your souls recognize each other, like there is a purpose to this connection that goes beyond just romance. There is also an element of mystery with the High Priestess. This person might be somewhat enigmatic or private, or there might be layers to them that you discover slowly over time. They do not reveal everything about themselves all at once, and honestly, you find that intriguing rather than frustrating. You appreciate depth and complexity, and the High Priestess tells me this person has both in abundance. The High Priestess in your love story also speaks to the importance of honoring your own mystery and not giving everything away too quickly. You are someone who values privacy and maintains boundaries around your inner world, and the High Priestess validates that. You do not need to be an open book. You can reveal yourself slowly, in layers, as trust is built and earned. The 9th card is the Lovers, and obviously Scorpio, this is the love card, so its appearance in your reading is incredibly significant. The Lovers represents choice, union, alignment of values, and deep connection on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. This card is about choosing each other consciously and committing to the relationship. The Lovers in your love story tells me that there is a moment of clear choice in this narrative. This is not something that just happens to you passively. Both you and this person actively choose each other, consciously decide to commit, and align yourselves with the relationship. The Lovers represents that moment when you both say yes, this is what I want, this is who I want to be with, and I am all in. What makes the Lovers so powerful is that it represents alignment. Your values align. Your visions for the future align. Your ideas about love, partnership, commitment, and what you want to create together align. This is not a relationship where you are constantly compromising your core values or trying to force compatibility where it does not naturally exist. With the Lovers, the compatibility is real, deep, and natural. The Lovers also represents passion and chemistry. There is undeniable attraction between you and this person. The physical connection is strong. The desire is mutual and intense. You cannot keep your hands off each other, and that physical chemistry fuels the emotional and spiritual connection. This is important for you as a Scorpio because you need all the dimensions of intimacy to be satisfied. You cannot settle for just emotional connection without physical passion, and you cannot settle for just physical attraction without emotional depth. The Lovers promises you both. The Lovers in your love story also tells me that this relationship brings out the best in both of you. When you are together, you feel more yourself, more alive, more inspired. This person sees you, truly sees you, and loves what they see. And you do the same for them. This is the kind of love that elevates both people, that makes you want to be better, do better, and grow into your highest selves. The 10th and final card in your love story reading is the Lovers Reversed. And wait, let me clarify what I am seeing here because this is not a negative ending to your story. The Lovers Reversed in this position is actually showing me a very specific message about the internal work and decision-making process that is happening or needs to happen before this love story reaches its full manifestation. The Lovers Reversed tells me that before you can fully step into the beautiful union that the Lovers Upright promises, there is some internal alignment that needs to happen. This might be about releasing old patterns, healing past relationship wounds, or getting clear about what you truly want versus what you think you should want. The Lovers Reversed is asking you to choose yourself first, to make sure you are in alignment with your own truth before you can truly align with another person. There might also be a period of indecision or uncertainty. Maybe you are not sure if this person is the right one. Maybe there are fears or doubts that need to be addressed. Maybe there is a choice that needs to be made between the old and the new, between safety and risk, between what is familiar and what is truly meant for you. The Lovers Reversed is that moment of standing at the crossroads and needing to make a choice from your heart rather than from fear or obligation. The Lovers Reversed can also indicate a need to work on self-love before you can fully receive love from another. If there are parts of yourself that you have not accepted, if there are ways you have been treating yourself that are not loving, if there are beliefs about your worthiness that need to shift, the Lovers Reversed is bringing that to your attention. Because the truth is, the love you receive from another person can only go as deep as the love you have for yourself. In the context of your complete love story, the Lovers Reversed is not an ending. It is a call to do the inner work that ensures the love you are building is built on a solid foundation. It is asking you to be honest with yourself about what you want, what you fear, and what you need to release in order to fully open your heart. And once you do that work, once you make that internal choice to align with love, to choose yourself, and to step into your worthiness, the external love story can unfold in its full beauty and power. So Scorpio, when I look at these 10 cards together, what I see is a complete love story arc that is deeply personal to you. You are starting from a place of independence and self-sufficiency with the 9 of Pentacles. You are meeting or have met someone who is emotionally mature and deeply feeling with the King of Cups. There is active romantic pursuit happening with the Knight of Cups. You are taking time to evaluate and make sure this is real with the 7 of Pentacles. Both of you are doing inner work and seeking clarity with the Hermit. The relationship brings healing and balance with Temperance. There is excitement, adventure, and creativity with the Page of Wands. Your intuition is guiding you with the High Priestess. You are choosing each other consciously and creating deep alignment with the Lovers. And finally, you are being asked to do the internal work and make choices from your heart with the Lovers Reversed. This is not a fantasy. This is not a fairy tale. This is a real, grounded, deeply transformative love story that requires both people to show up authentically, do their inner work, and choose each other every day. And Scorpio, based on what came through in these cards, I genuinely believe this is a love worth waiting for, worth working for, and worth opening your heart to. If you resonated with this reading, let me know in the comments. Tell me which card spoke to you the most or if any of this is already manifesting in your life. And as always, trust your intuition, trust the timing, and trust that the universe is guiding you toward the love you truly deserve.